would like to get more information on this, do say it for the video so I'll have a record of
Yeah,
it.
it's not, we're not looking at you, we want information.
I can't.
Just for the children coming up.
Where?
I was only 4.5 when I left there, so how did I remember very much? But I remembered.
Well, you said a teenage years there a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
You went back in your teenage years.
You went back every year, didn't you say?
Let's do is where?
Grand O'Reilly.
More in Irvinstown.
Within 2 miles from Irvinstown, where we live. It's only 2 miles.
On the Dromore, on what road?
Well, off the main Dromore Irvinstown road.
Yeah.
This do cross.
How many acres did you have on that?
Huh?
How many acres were on that farm?
I think, like Daddy tells me, 100 tracks in there. We had 2 farms there, Strabane and this dude. And there was something like
What, a town line called Strabane?
60 to 70 or 80. There was 2 farms.
Altogether, 70 or 80.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. The one we bought was only 24, small farm.
In Raheny? Didn't know it was just...
Yeah, Brian, it isn't. Here.
Oh, that is.
That was just on a gamble. He bought that on a gamble. He just bought that on a gamble.
I'll give you another wee small one because I have to be second up.
Oh, that's not been taken, yeah.
No, you
Paid
haven't.
money and sold cattle
Sprite,
and
that's
he had
right.
money and he paid money off it and then he had to take it, so.
I thought it was a gamble or he was drunk at the time or something.
It wasn't a gamble, he wasn't thinking of it as such. You know, he wanted a smaller farm, I guess that's why, because we had to pay
And a
somebody
few
on
Guinness
this
or
work
something?
the other. Huh?
You had a few Guinness or something.
He had, yeah, stout.
Granda, Riley?
I've been terrible talking.
Mommy, stop talking silly so you're not caring about that.
Yeah, but that is the truth.
So what happened? He had a
That's
couple
what
of
happened.
Guinness and he took a gamble on what? I didn't
Yeah, and he was late coming home, I can remember.
Did he
that.
ever see Rafferty or know it or
Nothing. He knew nothing about it.
He just bought it in a...
Just bought it.
And a
It
gamble.
was explained to him, and maybe there's a picture. I don't know.
Well, there's
what
no
they done.
pictures now.
So what do you remember him coming home with?
Yeah, the cigarettes.
What did he
I
say?
remember being a cradle at me 4.5, and
Thank
Catherine
you,
was
Mum.
in bed somewhere. Died or.
And you remember all that? And you were that young?
Sure as goodness. I remember every.
But I don't remember that. Do you, Marilyn? I mean, you were that age.
Oh, no, but little things you do, that stuck out in my mind because it caused a row. And one of the few rows was in my house.
And what row was that?
Because Mommy went crazy. She wanted us all. Done this. Late coming in from the fair.
Trip over them every time.
Where was the fair in
I just remember
Irvinstown?
I go near Ryan and
More.
trip over and his legs hanging out and
Like
everything.
that. He sold cattle and he turned around and he put the deposit down on it without seeing it. It was a terrible thing to do.
He must have a drink on him or something.
Yeah,
And a couple of pints of
He
stout.
wasn't a drinking man, he would never drink.
A couple of Guinness. That's why he wasn't used to leaving the Guinness, I suppose.
Why would he
But
do
he
something?
did, he would take a Guinness or Christmas or.
Was it a fair day, Mammy?
Ah, it was.
He was in at
What
the
would-
fair.
He was gambling at the fair.
He was in at the fair.
He was in the fair and he sold cattle and he put the deposit on the farm and that was it.
What did Granny Riley say to him when he come home? When he told her?
Well, he was late anyway and she was worried about that and then when he did come in and then he told her then about buying this. And I don't remember that part.
Well, it
of but I
turned
know
out
there was a
good.
big row.
Granny nearly went mad.
Argumentative and all that. Because she kept me with her in the kitchen and I remember this too well. I'm not
What
crazy.
way?
Not John, I always had that.
Stop talking, Sally. What do you mean she kept
I
you
was
with
lying in
you?
the bed and there was this white blanket with a blue thing on the side of it, you know, up the edge. That's the kind of wood blankets. And I had this over me and I remember getting scared and I knew that.
Because Granny and Granda never fought.
I never remember any
That was the
round
first
in that.
row you were saying you ever
Probably I
heard.
had more, but I would. But I remember that
That
row.
won't be called for a round. It's just your house over your head.
No, it's true, honest to God.
That's
Remember
how we do it.
those? Daddy was talk about everything, play dominoes together, things like that. Oh, right.
Was your mother much good on the farm, was she?
Well, she used to have to do her a lot, I suppose.
Was you have hens and that?
She was great, you know, pigs and poultry and things like that. She knew a lot about that.
So that's where you got that
Not so much
from.
about other things, not so much about cooking and housework or all that. You
Well, she
know,
didn't get time to do housework because she's
No.
looking after the pigs and the hens. And,
pigs and the chickens.
So anyway, when
So
you
anyway-
moved, do you remember moving
I
around?
remember moving, I remember the whole thing. I remember coming to this house and seeing that the people hadn't left and
Did they know that that woman in the other house know it was sold over her head?
oh well, they ended up for sale.
Oh, did they?
They ended up for sale.
What was their name? Do you remember?
Aikens.
Aiken.
Protestant farm. Bigger than it was aware. Phone drafting before us. That's the whole story, John.
What about your man Love that lived at the bottom of the lane?
Robbie Love.
Oh, I don't know. He
Yeah.
lived in a cottage down there.
At the bottom, Robbie Love, you know him.
I know,
Did
but
they have
sure.
twins or
He,
something, Robbie?
he wasn't there in my time in Robbie.
But did they have twins or not?
I don't know. Because
John was talking about Robbie Love the other day.
She used to charge you what,
Robbie
six?
Love only came there from Kathleen Frank, but there's tenants in the cottage at the bottom part.
Oh, who lived?
He wasn't
Clearly,
there in my
Riley
time.
lived. John.
He was there in our time. We used to buy rabbits from him, didn't we?
No,
Where'd you buy the rabbits?
I can't remember.
Clearly, Riley lived in the cottage.
So where did you buy the
No, he
rabbits?
lived-
Well, he lived on the upper
We
lane.
lived in the cottage when we moved there.
Who
That's
lived
who
in the
lived
cottage
there.
at the bottom
Aye,
of the
when we
lane?
moved there, not Love. See,
But who lived in the cottage at the bottom of the lane at that time?
they did up on to, but they had left it. Other people living at the Keenans. Remember? Had the
No,
shop.
I remember Keenan.
Keenan. When we moved into Clinton, we used to live with who? We used to
Remember
live with
John, the night I get you living up?
Yeah, Maura and it must have been
Molly
Maura.
Hamilton
Maura
buying
and
the
Maureen
house.
stayed out there, right?
What?
Remember about 3 or 4 doors up? You know where Tony Byrne was?
Yeah.
You want that something?
Remember me and you fell out and I gave you a wild bait?
You okay? Did you get
Did
the
you?
toilet roll?
Oh Jesus, I gave you an awful bait and you were bleeding and everything. You start fighting with me and Jesus, I let go. Do you remember where Tony Byrne, Mammy, who, before Tony Byrne, did Molly Hamilton of that place?
I wish she never used it, she would have got it.
Aye, but do you remember they were renovating it and me and John went up one day, I'll never forget.
I think you're imagining the whole thing, Brenda.
No, John and me fell out. Well, what else is new?
No, nothing.
So,
No, don't ask.
John started shouting something at me and Jesus, I think I left it behind when there was a stick or something and I let you have it and I remember your face and all bleeding and all you crying away. That Brenda one beat me up. She beat me up.
Oh, he was very, what age was John?
Well, he was, you see, he was 2 or 3 years younger than me. I was fit for him in them.
He has the camera on me now. We
53,
moved in,
56.
went into the shop on the first.
He was about 11 and I was
On
about,
the first
no, he was about 9 and I was about 11.
On the 1st of January 1953,
So he'd be 6.
he would have been,
fat.
no, he was 5 because he wouldn't have been 6 until November following, and this is the 1st of
Oh,
January.
that's right.
see.
Okay.
So he was only 5 then.
Yeah,
I
but-
went out to Benguin and he come in and he says, I have a lot of money and I want to buy sweets. And he had about £1 or more and I give him a bar of chocolate
Get
or
some
something. It was so
handfuls.
sweet.
So push some out in the bowl. John, get that one there.
I
I
know.
remember that. Not him alone.
Remember, John, you and the
But
sergeant?
I must have been out at Bangeen for more. I must have went out later on.
Did you
Then.
ever hear about the sergeant and
Ah,
sergeant
I used
stuff?
to go out.
That's
The
how
odd
they
time
smoke.
to stay
Oh, no.
on holidays.
They have.
Yeah, well, that's what I must be thinking about.
No, I would say you were no more than a week there. We only moved you in transit, but we were moving.
But what's the longest time I ever been out there? What's
Oh
the,
no, you probably
I
went.
remember being in Glengeek for a
You
couple of
went
weeks.
down on holidays.
Do you remember in the summer holidays we used to go out and work
Yeah.
hard and bring the tea out in a tin can?
No, but that
and all
particular time, because the schools and all that.
You remember the time that one of the girls in the shop was taking you down and a very stormy day and sleep cut the head of you? Was that what
Oh, I
happened?
heard that
And he
before.
borrowed my hat, otherwise he'd be dead. You owe your life to me.
Do you remember that anymore?
when I paid you 50 times over?
There's that camera on, you
Did?
can't talk, I don't care. Do you remember the day that we left you and